This week opened my eyes to the number of free resources that are available to teachers, students, and families. My goal going forward is to learn more about and experience for myself programs such as WebMedH, so that I can share them with others. Finding ways to share these great programs at my school or district-wide will be a goal for next year. I hope to work collaboratively with colleagues in order to share the good, bad, and hidden gems of a program. It will also allow for conversations around how to better utilize each program. Mathletics.com was a website used across many classrooms in my school this year. However, many classes only barely scratched the surface of what the website could really do. At a cost of $1,400, it could have been money better spent. Taking advantage of webinars, phone POD, or POD workshops can all help to deepen the understanding of a program. Secondly, I need to constantly remind myself and others that assistive technology is not a magic bullet, to quote Paul Hamilton. That introducing students to assistive technology will take time until you can find what fits the needs of each individual student. I was reminded of this when I learned of the speech-to-text features of Windows 2003. I thought this would be the perfect solution to a student who was having written output issues. Wanting to learn the program myself, I attempted to set up and train the program with my own voice. After many frustrating hours, I gave up on it without ever having the student use it. I figured that if it was making me frustrated, it would do the same for the student. Before rushing head-on into purchasing any form of assistive technology, we must determine if it meets our needs and those of the student or students. I will remember to try and find as many free tech or low-tech opportunities as possible. When in my new job next year at E.J. Dunn Middle School, I'm going to find a student where I can work with them and their classroom teacher with incorporating Kurzweil 3000 into their toolkits. My plan would be to help set up the computers in their classrooms or resource room where they could use the program to complete their work. I would find time to work with the students and teachers on how to use the program. Working with teacher especially to pre-scan or gather Kurzweil materials to help individualize the instruction without differentiating the curriculum. The most important part of the plan would be to find the time to work with the students to help train them on the program. I will be there to support them and not just turn them loose on it. Also, my school district is currently looking to establish a uniform computer image for elementary, middle, and secondary schools. This would allow any student to walk into an elementary school in my district and find the same computer image as at their home school. There is a chance then to get assistive technology on the computer images so that they are accessible to all students. For example, using the readability feature Paul showed us for web page decluttering would benefit students at all levels. It is also hoped that many programs will be the same at all levels, so that as students move up they will be able to continue to use the programs they are familiar with. In having these conversations, I want to make sure that what the high school uses is available to middle school students, and what is used in middle school is available to intermediate students at the elementary level. Being part of the focus groups looking at changing the middle school image will be important for help the IT department understand what tools we need to see in my school. Looking ahead to the 2010/2011 school year, I hope to share with my staff the many free resources we have been shown in this course. This could be something that could be shared as part of team meetings or at staff meetings. Working with the grade 8 team might help me to identify which resources we have learned about would best meet the needs of their programs and their students. I hope to be able to use some of our staff meeting to highlight what programs like Kurzweil 3000 looks like and the great things that it can do. A short demonstration could help to get more people interested as having it used by students in their classrooms. While Kurzweil might be too ambitious to start, sharing multimedia tools such as Blogster, VoiceThread, Toondoo, Extra Normal, Mixbook, or Animoto might be a more successful first step. I also hope to be able to share what I have learned with colleagues who need help using programs like Boardmaker, or Clicker 5, or Kurzweil 3000. If they need extra help on how to use them, or to better utilize them, then I would want to act as an extra resource in the school. This presents some great opportunities to collaborate with my new colleagues. As more people in my district take this course, I believe it will allow for more opportunities to have assistive technology and universal design for learning brought into short-term and long-term planning. There has been a push already to have Clicker 5 and Kurzweil 3000 added to the computer image at all three levels in my district. If this is going to happen, we need to make sure that these are the programs we are moving forward with and that they will be used by students and teachers. The idea behind it is that if a student is trained on any program in elementary, then that program will be available to them at the next level. They won't have to learn a new program or a new tool at each level. As a colleague of mine is fond of saying, not lots of programs, just a few programs done really well. Let's go for deeper learning of fewer tools. Working in a middle school will require coordination of working with stakeholders at all three levels. This will make sure that we are all on the same page. It would be great to see students use a program like Kurzweil 3000 seamless from elementary school to graduation. At this time, not every school in my district has been able to incorporate this tool into their daily practice. As new computer workstations are put into classrooms this summer, the technology will be in place to take advantage of assistive technology opportunities. This will allow us to make sure that we are all working on the same page and with the same tools. As I reflect on my class from this past year, I see so many tools that would have benefited my students. Watching Paul use his phone for dictating some writing and easily emailing it has made me realize that the technology is there to help so many students. Having the option to dictate their writing would have been so useful in helping students in my class feel successful. It would have helped them come from a place of I can instead of I can't. I know that these products might not be the magic bullet for all students, but it would be a step in the right direction. It also frees up the student to be more independent and not rely on educational assistant, peer, or teacher support. Even simple solutions like using the readability tool would make finding information on the internet so much easier for students. Engagement in technology. Technology alone cannot engage students in isolation. However, I think that if we value the three principles of UDL, then the tools we have learned about will allow students to learn and then represent their work in multiple and flexible ways. Not all students will choose to use these multimedia tools, but the ones who need them will. The biggest aha moment for me was seeing both Kurzweil 3000 and WordQ in action. I could see which students in my class and school would benefit significantly from these programs. Both would allow the students to engage in their learning in new ways. Looking ahead many years into the future, these students might require programs such as these in order to successfully complete provincial exams. Practicing these adaptations now will benefit them in the long run. While it will take time to train and provide the chance to become experts on programs such as these, it is important in order to help kids feel successful at school. A grade 3 boy in my class started each lesson with "I can't do this, it's too hard," even before he understood what we were going to do. Having tools like Kurzweil 3000 and word prediction software in his toolkit will help him to feel like he can.